Hello out there, wonderful people. Hope you're doing great. Um, I've been better. I got a brutal flu over the weekend. I was literally in bed for 3 days, and yeah, that's why I'm a little bit sniffly and probably look a bit rough. But this channel is all about being real and raw. And if I look a bit rough today, then so be it. I can take it. So yeah, there's no bells and whistles on this channel. It's just turn the laptop on and press record and go. That's kind of how I work when I have something on my mind, uh, and I'm feeling something. I'm feeling that I want to say it. Um, then I'll just get on and say it. But I have had quite a lot of people come over to the channel over the last few weeks. I've done a couple of interviews over on Mark Atwood's channel and a couple of other people, some bigger channels. So things have, for me, really intensified. And yeah, I guess people are ready for it. They're ready for the information. Not everyone is ready for it because there's still a lot of backlash. Of course, a lot of people hate the things that I say, and therefore hate me, which is okay. I can live with that. Um, but this is what happens when you take away people's comfort blankets. You rip off their comfort blankets. You kick away their pillars that they've been leaning into. The angels and the guides and you know the the elders. All these false light beings. All these uh, deception artists that is so deeply entrenched in this fake awakening. It really is. And to those people again, I mean, like I say, I couldn't care less, but what I'm concerned about at this point, for everyone's sake, is we need to start reaching objective truths. We need to stop messing around because, and I said this in a recent interview, I think with Chad on Open Real Reality, is that there is so much within all the mainstream information. Then you have the alternative information. Then you've got within that disinformation, and within that disinformation, you have misinformation. Um, and I think people are still they're going with what feels good. When I see a lot of people that can't stand me, can't stand what I say, can't stand what I talk about, often the comments go along the lines of, the information didn't make me feel good. And it's a very dangerous way to discern information. It's incredibly dangerous. And I'll tell you why it's dangerous, especially in this lifetime, because, and I've mentioned this before, I believe that we have a window of opportunity now within this lifetime where we can reach those objective truths, work out what is really going on, despite how it makes us feel, and then move through that, make uh, good choices based on these objective truths, and get the hell out of here. you know, Unless you want to stay here, right? I'm not saying that you have to leave. Like this is a lot of people were like, yeah, well, I like it. Well, if you like it here, then great. Be my guest. Do you know what I mean? Like you do you. um, but it's so important because of the memory wipe, the veil of forgetfulness that is placed upon us when we get tricked to come back round here. The potential of you learning so much in this lifetime and then just getting it wrong on a few different things, and then you get hooked back round again because you can't give up the fact that spirit guides are entities or you know whatever. Like you know what I mean? It's a very I don't know. I just I I just feel for those people because the people that laugh and the haters, they're like I'm feeling sorry for them at this stage because I'm like, get the hell out of that mindset. Just put your ego to one side and just listen and do your own research. Spend hours researching these NDEs. They come back with the same stories. Listen to what I've been talking about, entities and masquerading, and the stories that I talk about, and then Jerry Marzinski, where he's spoken about entities and how they work. There are trends, there are patterns. You can see this, and then the dots start joining. But these people are very much, they say that you're an ego, but they're actually an ego because they can't look at an alternative because it doesn't feel so good to them, and a lot of them are invested, financially invested. A lot of them in things like I don't know, light language and all that. I don't know, all that stuff. You know what I mean? So that this isn't actually what I wanted to come on and say, but since we're doing this ad lib, then it's good that it's come out. So yeah, for anyone that's new to my channel, and I get an incredible amount of support. I've had so many emails this weekend of people thanking me, and it's great. Like, there's a lot of love out there, despite how this information can make you feel, and this is what I want to talk about in a minute. um, people are a lot of people are hungry for the real truth, like real truth now. They're tired of the psyops, and I just had another one with some people about Julian Assange. People thinking that that's all real. There's layers to this. It's so important to work through those layers and realize that there's several strands to the web. Um, and you can know the truth. They tell you, oh, no one can know the truth. You can know the truth, and it's important that we do get to the truth, and we can get to the truth. Um, so yeah, it's been very interesting week or so, um, and things are really progressing a lot. But really, what I wanted to come on and say is about the because again, a lot of people have come new this week to the channel, to my work, and I've spoken about this in different podcasts for short periods. But I wanted to make a specific video on this because it's a real thing. Like, it really is a real thing. And with this, there is also layers to it. And what I'm talking about is the grieving process of waking up from the false awakening. So when you first, I hate the word wake up. I mean, the etymology of the word wake is, when you're dead, right? So we really shouldn't be using that word anyway. Let's call it awareness. When you come into awareness, and you realise, okay, they're poisoning us, they're trying to murder us, what they're doing to the children, uh, all that kind of stuff. You go through a grieving process, don't you? Because although you knew the world was crazy, it all makes sense, but in a very depressing way, and that can take a good few weeks and then months to actually process and move through that. And some people never really truly get over that. I don't think any of us, when we learn what the world, well, what's really going on, I think there's always going to be that kind of shadow that's cast behind you. It's a heavy burden to carry, and it's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't want to look at this stuff. Besides the fact that a lot of people are just NPCs and they're programmed not to. Um, but what I want to talk about is how traumatizing the awakening from the fake awakening or awareness is. So when you have that initial awareness, and then you start falling into, see what they've done is they've created a nice basket to catch people with all the spirituality, quote unquote spirituality, and the new age stuff, and the feel good, and the Kool-Aid, and the rainbow bridges, and the the runner guides who are going to go and find you a parking space. Um, they've just made that like a lovely soft pillow that you can lay your head on, and for a while it feels good. I said on Chad's show the other day, it feels good. I'd love to have a team of guides around me right now. You know, finding my parking spaces, cooking me breakfast. You know, I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd love all of that. Doing my laundry and my dirty dishes. I don't know. Um, but I can accept the fact that's not what it's not like that. There's too much evidence, way too much evidence that this is all deceit and more manipulation and more lies. And even if, and you get the odd person, well, I had a good experience. Well, yeah, they've got to give you some truth. They've got to give you a nugget of truth. Look at John of God. He was curing people of cancer, and then he was a child trafficker. I mean, this is how they work. It's truth mixed with lies. Um, but my point is that I just want you guys to know that I appreciate that the information is like a punch in the mouth. Um, but at the same time, it's also extremely liberating. And the feedback that I've had down the years is that initially people they feel upset, they feel angry, they feel, oh no, again, more lies, more deception. But then once that's passed and they actually start to embody the information and they roll with it, and and then because at the end it is very liberating, because I think, you know, when you get to the realms of the soul trick, which is what I'm going to start referring to it as now. I don't like the word soul trap. If when I remember to say it, I'm going to say soul trick. You might hear me say soul trap a few more times yet, because I've got to get out of the habit. But what I'm saying to the community as a whole is let's not call it a soul trap, because it's not a soul trap. It's a soul trick. We've been tricked here. That's why it's a matrix. And a trick implies that we can learn what the trick is, and then we don't get tricked anymore. And it's as simple as that. And you know, this whole term of soul trap is, you know, it's kind of accurate, but it implies that, you know, we're done. And a lot of people won't even go any further with investigations when they lock onto that term. They're like, okay, well, we're screwed. Well, we're not. You know, this is the thing. And if you can get your head out of all that Kool-Aid stuff, um, and out of all the stuff that you want to happen and the stuff that you want to be true, and the fact that you do really want to meet Archangel Michael when you die, and you really hope that he's going to be there, and just realize that that's hopium and it's Kool-Aid, and then think, and then get to a more sovereign path and call your own shots, and yeah, become more of a sovereign person, more discerning. Um, but the um, the grieving process is real, and I just wanted to come on here and say that, like, if you're new to this, um, that could go on for a couple of weeks, maybe a few months. You might be like sad and angry, and that's really normal. But after you have digested that that is another falsehood, um, what I would urge you to do is look at this as a lifetime where hopefully it's your last time round, and you want to just enjoy the time that you have. Know that hopefully, if you've done enough work on yourself in terms of reaching the right conclusions, that you hold the key to get yourself out. You can help your friends, family. Some of them might listen, some of them might not. Um, and you can help other people to get out once they also become aware, and enjoy the life that you have as best you can. I mean, of course, they're going to make it as difficult as possible for us to do that, Every day there's something, isn't there? There's a new war. There's a financial crisis. There's a I don't know, some kind of illness going on or something, and that's one of the things that they don't like us doing. They don't like us smiling. They don't like us laughing. They especially don't like us pointing fun at their deceptions and illusions, and that's what we do here. There's a serious tone, but we have a laugh about the runners, the runner guides, and the rainbow bridges, and all the nonsense, and you have to. So it's really important to once you've uh, once you've got the pile of dog shit and the cherry on top down to a T, then you just got to look at it and laugh and say, this is a crazy, crazy place. I don't know whether there's a crazier place in creation itself. I mean, I'd say I'd like to see it. I wouldn't like to see if that place existed, a place crazier than this. I mean, I just cannot fathom, right? So, especially with what's going to be coming down the next few months, years, like sadly, a lot of people are going to pass. It's already happening, and it's going to be challenging for all of us. Especially, we probably tried to warn a lot of people, um, and so what I'm saying is just try and hold that thought that okay, it is what it is. It's a crazy place. There is beauty to be enjoyed here. Go to the beach, go to the forest, get out in nature, get creative, do the things that you love, paint, like write that book. Like they hate our creativity. They hate it when we laugh. They hate it when we smile. They hate it when we poke fun at them. And as best you can, just try and do that. Some days it will be harder than others, um, but that's the way that I'm trying to live my life. And even for me, I still have deeper realizations. I'm having more realizations about the physical body. Just the fact that we can endure so much pain, and a lot of the times when we die, it's very what's the word that I'm looking for? It's not very dignified, um, and I've been wondering a lot about that. But anyway, I don't want to change the tone of this video because I'm trying to keep it upbeat. But what I'm saying is, even for myself, is that I have those down moments, um, but I'm gonna try and make the most of it while I'm here. And as I always talk about that meme with the reptilian, it says every time you smile, a reptilian goes hungry, and that's what we need to do. So um, I think really that was my message in that. Look, I get it. There's a grieving process with the fake awareness when you move out of the fake awareness and realize all that was a scam as well, or most of it, 95% of it anyway, was a scam. You feel like you've been kicked in the stomach, and yeah, I get that more than anyone, and I empathize with people. But for God's sake, don't get caught up in turning your back on information because you don't like how it makes you feel. Um, even down to the person, like there might be a person that you really don't like, but they might be telling the truth, and so because you don't like them, you might not necessarily take on a message that might be important for you. Um, and it's just not a good way to make judgments. Of course, you're not allowed to make judgments. Oh my God, how many times have I heard that this week? Oh, you're judging a lot. Yeah, I am. And what? Um, so yeah, just keep your chins up, guys, and yeah, just laugh at the place, enjoy it while you're here, enjoy the beautiful things while you're here, um, and just yeah, have your plan for when it's time in the back of your mind. Maybe reaffirm that regularly to yourself. Um, and yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. So, again, apologies for the sniffles and the roughness and the croaky voice. But honestly, I was out. It's weird because just going off on tangent, I normally live by the coast here in Mexico in Playa del Carmen, and I got a flight to. I'm in Mexico City right now, and as soon as I landed, the pollution. I was waiting for a taxi outside the airport, and I was waiting for like I don't know half an hour. Just that within that half an hour, I think it just messed me up because I just think that well, the air is clearer where I live, and I just got Mexico City is one of the most populated cities in the world, and I just think my body just had such a bad reaction because obviously I do my best to keep it clean, and it just must have got hit with all this stuff, and yeah, it really knocked me for six. So um, anyway, looking for sympathy or something, but yeah, anyway, guys, that's all I wanted to say. So keep your heads up, and yeah, let's move forward. And soul trick, not soul trap. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys.